recording this. I'm here to record my prediction video for the upcoming UFC Apex event, and I'm a bit sick, so I don't sound all that right. That's probably why. Let's just get right into it. Tisha Torres. That's what I know her as. Tisha Pennington versus Luana Pinheiro. I like Luana Pinheiro a lot. I hope she wins, but she has lost like 3 fights in a row, and she's been competitive in a few of them. And Tisha Pennington is a bit old. I don't know how old she quite is right now. She's a bit older, but they're not telling me. I might just go with Luana Pinheiro because I'm rooting for her to win anyway. So if I get it right, that'll be good. I'm gonna go with Luana Pinheiro to win a decision, because Tisha Pennington doesn't get finished really. Hyun Sung Park versus Carlos Hernandez. Hyun Sung Park finished the chinny guy at flyweight. I forgot his name, but he finished the chinny guy, the guy that got KO'd like 5 times. I'm not going to put too much stock into that. He didn't KO me, like TKO'd him. So, and Carlos Hernandez is good. He's scrappy, But, I don't know. He got knocked out by Tatsu or Tyre. That doesn't happen that often in Tyre's career. I don't know. I'm going to go Hyun Suk Park to win decision. Okay? Elise Reed versus Denise Gomez. Denise Gomez is probably going to KO her because Elise Reed has been KO'd a couple times at women's strawweight, which ain't that good. I'm going to go Denise Gomez by TKO because she actually has some power, Luana Santos versus Tainara Lisboa. I don't like Luana Santos at all. I saw that video of her with her dog. That was just weird. So, just because I'm going to go Tainara Lisboa to win decision probably. Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. This is a good fight. I like this fight. Jared Gordon doesn't have the best chin, but Thiago Moises doesn't have many KOs. So I don't feel like T is going to get a KO here. I think Thiago Moises' striking didn't look as good as I thought it would against, what's his name? Trey Ogden. So I might just say Jared Gordon defend the takedowns and outstrike Thiago Moises. I think that is going to happen. So I'm going to predict Jared Gordon to win decision. He might even get a finish, He has some pop. So I'm going to go Jared Gordon decision. Gabe Green versus Mateus Camilo. So I wouldn't know this Mateus Camilo guy, but after seeing the thing on the last pay-per-view, I now know that he is the guy that fought that Russian dude that asked Dana for a contract, the Brazilian guy. So I'm going to predict him because Gabe Green hasn't fought in like 2 years. And he got KO'd in his last fight. So I'm going to predict Mateus Camilo. I don't know how he fights, though, so I wouldn't know how. Julian Erosa versus Melquizael Costa. Melquizael Costa is pretty good. He's won a couple fights in a row now. He submitted Andre Feely. I didn't really get to see the fight with him and Christian Rodriguez, C-Rod, but, he won a decision, so, C-Rod's good. Julian Erosa just fought, too. I mean, they both just fought. But if I had to predict anyone here to win, Julian Erosa doesn't have a good chin at all. Like, he's been KO'd a lot. He probably has some of the most damage taken in the UFC as a whole, Like, he's been KO'd a lot of times. I don't know if Melquizael Costa has that KO level of power, but if he doesn't KO Erosa, I think Erosa could dance around, win this. Actually, I don't know if he will, because I think Costa might. I don't know. I'm just gonna go Costa TKO. It's the chin scares me, Julian Erosa. So Dustin Stoltzfus. I don't know why I said it like that. Stoltzfus versus Nursultan Ruzaboyev. I like that Ruzaboyev is moving back up to middleweight. He's too drained out at welterweight. Dustin Stoltzfus, he's good. He's scrappy. A lot of people said he wasn't that good, but he knocked out Marc-Andre Barrios, who he's chinny, but still he slept him out cold. That was brutal. So I'm gonna go with Rizabov. I think he's gonna finish. Dude, what's his name? Stoltzfus. I was just looking at it. I think he's probably gonna TKO him. He's been knocked out a couple times, Sadiq Youssef versus Myron Santos. I think that Sadiq Youssef hasn't fought in a year and has always had problems with his chin. So I don't know. I think Myron Santos might. This is too big of a jump up for him, though. And it's lightweight. That's weird. Isn't that weird? They're both featherweights. Why is this fight at lightweight? Dude, I don't know how I'm going to like Yusuf's chin at lightweight. But I don't know how. Maybe I will like his chin at lightweight. Maybe he was cutting too much weight. But Myron Santos, why is he moving up? He just got in the UFC. I don't get it. I don't know. I'm going to predict Sadiq Youssef decision then. I don't know. Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig. Paul Craig's moving back up to light heavyweight. Listen, if he doesn't get KO'd by Bellato, I could see Bellato running in, ending up on the ground with Craig, and then Craig getting a submission. Remember he loves his triangles and his arm bars and shit. And I can just see it happening here. But Paul Craig's been KO'd so many times, and he's on a 3-fight loss streak. I'm gonna root for Paul Craig, but I think Rodolfo Bellato's just gonna get a KO because it's Paul Craig. But Bellato ain't that great, so who knows? Okay, the main event: Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales. Dude, I just saw the video on Twitter. I know it was only Burns highlights. That's why it looked so good, but he looked damn good against JDM, Jack Della Maddalena. He looked damn good in that fight. His takedowns were on point. They're crafty takedown. He jumped on the back and everything, and it's striking. He was landing some hard shots. He looked good in that fight. He was a minute away from winning that on the scorecards, and I never really thought he was winning that fight when I first watched it, and even up until a few days ago, I was like, yeah, he took him down a few times, but he's probably gonna lose that decision. But he looked damn good in those highlights that I saw. But he's getting up there in age, and he's been KO'd a few times, and Michael Morales just looks like a specimen out there every time he fights. I think this might be a passing of the guard because he's older now. I don't know how his chin's gonna hold up. I think even if his chin doesn't hold up, I don't think he's gonna take down Morales and submit him or something, or hold him down for 5 rounds. It's gonna be a tough one for Burns. So I'm gonna go Michael Morales to win by a TKO. Probably around round 2 or 3, maybe even round 1. That would be sad. So I'm gonna go with Michael Morales. I'm rooting for my boy Gilbert Burns though, and that is it. That is my predictions for Burns versus Morales, May 17th in the Apex in Las Vegas. Okay. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.